Welcome back to She Got Game fans. Wednesday, July 17th, was the last day to see Caitlin Clark in action for an entire month due to the imminent start of the Olympic Games, which will force the WNBA to pause for several weeks as players compete in Paris. But in a game that could be one of her best in her WNBA career, Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark delivered a performance for the ages against the Dallas Wings on Wednesday night. With 24 points and a record-breaking 19 assists, Clark was nothing short of dominant. However, even this stellar effort wasn't enough to pull out a victory, as Indiana fell to Dallas in a nail-biting finish. The final moments were especially tense, with Clark committing a crucial turnover with just 36 seconds left on the clock. The Fever were trailing 98-93 when Clark lost the ball to Natasha Howard, sealing the game for Dallas. Now, we've hyped Caitlin's impact on the WNBA, but she's getting tired of the Indiana Fever coach's decisions. The rookie has a bright future ahead, but her strong will and leadership sometimes clash with head coach Christy Side's calls. In a heated game, this led to visible frustration when a timeout was called. Clark's made it clear in interviews that winning matters more than records. So, the adrenaline and looming defeat before that timeout fueled her frustration. This shows Caitlin's on her way to becoming a key decision-maker on her team, like other legends. Yet, patience is crucial. She's still a rookie in her first season. However, her attitude caught fire on social media. Some called her out for disrespect, but fans rallied behind her, appreciating her fierce competitive spirit. They argued her refusal to accept defeat is the mindset the team should embrace. One fan noted her frustration came after her own mistake, her last turnover sealing the victory for the Wings. But let's take a moment to appreciate Clark's incredible stat line: 24 points, 19 assists, and a performance that's already being called one of the best in her young WNBA career. It's moments like these that make you realize why people are so excited about her. Interestingly, Caitlin Clark isn't participating in the Olympics, a decision that has stirred quite a bit of controversy. Many fans and analysts believe she deserved a spot on the team, and they've been vocal about it. This decision has sparked a lot of debate, especially regarding the choices made by the USA team's head coach, Cheryl Reeve. Despite not heading to the Olympics, Clark's impact on the WNBA is undeniable. Experts are calling it the Caitlin Clark effect. Since 2008, the WNBA hadn't seen viewership numbers surpassing 1 million, but that changed with Clark's arrival. The buzz around her has dramatically boosted the league's popularity, especially for networks like ESPN, CBS, ABC, and ION. A recent report from Sports Media Watch highlighted the top 15 most-watched games of the season. Out of those, 13 featured Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. The least-watched game of the year, Phoenix versus Connecticut, still pulled in an average of 1.02 million viewers. Compare that to the most-watched game, Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky, which averaged 2.3 million viewers. This game was particularly hyped because of the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and fellow rookie star Angel Reese, a rivalry that dates back to their college days. The Clark effect translates to millions of dollars. These numbers have led the WNBA to sign a new media deal for the next 11 years, worth over $2 billion, which translates to $200 million per year. This is a significant increase from the previous deal, which only brought in $50 million annually, 4 times less than the new agreement. But what does this mean for the WNBA and its players? More money from media rights means better pay for players and more funds for teams. Free agents will get deals that reflect their true value, and top rookies like Clark and Reese won't start their careers earning less than $100,000 a year. Increased revenue for teams can lead to better facilities, benefiting both players and fans. Clark isn't the only star rookie making waves this year. Her rival Angel Reese and the sensational Cameron Brink of the Los Angeles Sparks are also making waves. But there's something special about Caitlin Clark. She's not just playing basketball, she's changing the game. She's an icon, a role model for young girls everywhere, and her best moments are yet to come. But the Caitlin Clark effect is continuously rising in the WNBA. Check this out. The WNBA has experienced a tremendous rise in popularity this season, thanks to the debut of a touted rookie class led by the one and only Caitlin Clark, who has garnered more attention to the women's game than at any other time in recent memory. The Caitlin Clark effect is more than just numbers and dollars. It's about the excitement she brings to the game and the way she's drawing in fans. The WNBA has never seen anything like it. Networks are expecting this trend to continue, and why wouldn't they? Clark's presence on the court is electric, and her ability to draw viewers is unmatched. The new media deal with Disney, NBC, and Amazon will kick in during the 2025-26 season, and it's expected to bring even more exposure to the WNBA. The deal is a testament to the league's growing popularity and the increasing interest in women's basketball. It's a clear sign that the WNBA is here to stay and will only get bigger and better. Even Dave Portnoy, a notable figure in the sports world, took to social media to thank Caitlin Clark, tweeting, "Thank you, Caitlin and Caitlin Clark 22. His tweet reflects what many fans feel: gratitude for the excitement and attention Clark has brought to the WNBA. But would you like to know what new benefits WNBA is going to enjoy with this deal? Here's the thing. Vorkunov dropped the bomb that the new arrangement is worth almost $200 million a year, compared to the old deal that was just $50 million. That's 4 times the money, baby. With this new cash flow, players and teams are going to see some serious upgrades. Paychecks are about to get fatter, and free agents are going to snag deals that truly reflect their worth. Top rookies like Clark and Angel Reese won't be starting their careers making chump change under $100K a year anymore. This kind of dough means better facilities too, which is a win-win for players and fans alike. But the real kicker? This deal shows just how much financial faith there is in the WNBA now. All those viewing records smashed this season are hype, but convincing networks to drop billions? That's the real MVP move, proving women's basketball is here to stay and slay. Sports fans should be pleased with the developing stories surrounding the fresh generation of talent that contributed to this year's surge in interest. Are you aware of how much the WNBA team's financially valued at? Here's the answer. According to Sportico's June Club valuations, the average WNBA franchise is now clocking in at a cool $96 million. That's a whopping 45% more than the average NWSL team from last year. Investors are throwing down big bucks, snapping up limited partnership interests at sky-high rates, all in anticipation of the new media deal. The WNBA's got some fresh blood coming in with expansion teams in San Francisco and Toronto. But no team has changed hands since 2021, when the Atlanta Dream and Las Vegas Aces were sold for single-digit million dollars. The Aces, which were sold for just $2 million, are now the league's most valued club, sitting pretty at $140 million. Now, here's the kicker. Not all of that sweet TV money is going straight to team owners. The league's equity was originally split 50-50 between NBA and WNBA owners. But early in 2022, the league raked in $75 million from a posse of strategic investors. Big names like Nike, Michael Dell, Linda Henry, Dee Haslam, Condoleezza Rice, Mickey Arison, and Lorene Powell Jobs were all in on it. Some investors like Ted Leonsis, Washington Spirit, Joe Tsai, New York Liberty, and Herb Simon, Indiana Fever, are going all in. They're part of the fundraising efforts, own WNBA clubs, and even have stakes in NBA teams. Talk about triple threats. The recent purchase deal handed over 16% to this new crew, valuing the league at $400 million or $475 million post-money. This means the WNBA clubs are pocketing 42% of the central income, mostly from TV deals. With this mega deal about to kick off, it's going to be wild to see if the WNBA can really cash in and elevate the game. And speaking of making bank, Caitlin Clark has burst onto the scene with a bang. She's the real deal, making waves all over. All top 10 most watched games. Yep, they've got the Indiana Fever in them. And those ticket prices? 8 out of the top 10 priciest tickets sold were for Fever games. It's not just on their turf either. We're talking record-breaking attendance both in Indy and on the road. Just last week, they packed the Target Center in Minnesota, and today, it's a full house here in Arlington. The Caitlin Clark effect? It's legit. But guys, you must be shook hearing this. After all those fire performances and the Caitlin Clark effect, 2 of the WNBA's finest shooters, Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu, are not in the All-Star three-point contest at the Footprint Center in Arizona. Why'd they get snubbed, and who's stepping up? Ionescu's absence is a major shocker, especially since she went toe-to-toe with Steph Curry in the NBA All-Star Game three-pointer. So why isn't the New York Liberty star, just 26, in the mix? The WNBA hasn't spilled the tea yet, but look at her stats. She's shooting 34.5% this season. Compared to Stephanie Dolson, 50%, Alicia Gray, 36%, Jonquel Jones, 40.4%, Marina Mabre, 34.4%, and Kayla McBride, 42.4%. Ionescu's slightly lagging, except for Mabre. And Clark? She's at 33.2% from downtown, despite her rep as a sniper. Looks like both narrowly missed the cut, struggling to hit their usual high marks. Clark, from the Indiana Fever, is also out of the skills challenge despite recently dropping 19 dimes. Instead, Brittany Griner, Sophie Cunningham, Gray, Mabry, and Erica Wheeler will showcase their flair. The 22-year-old Clark will settle for her all-star debut. Clark's competitive spirit is undeniable, a trait every pro athlete needs. With the Olympic break coming up, Caitlin can reset, refocus, and come back stronger. It's the perfect time to level up her game, hone her skills, and keep those good habits going. You don't want to miss a single second of the action. Stay locked in and subscribe to She Got Game, turn on those notifications, and catch every game, highlight, and story as Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever light up the WNBA. You'll get front row access to all the thrills, chills, and jaw-dropping skills. So, get ready to witness history in the making. With players like Caitlin Clark, the WNBA is reaching new heights. Thanks for watching, and remember, always shoot your shot.